This is a simulated scenario created for educational purposes to help you recognize and avoid scams. The most convenient habit you do every single day is the exact thing criminal organizations are using to drain your bank account. No password hacking required. No manipulation phone calls. You hand over everything yourself, your entire banking access, with a single tap. More than 5,000 accounts in the UK have gone up in flames this month alone. And the next victim could be you. As soon as this afternoon, meet David, a technology engineer living in London. He's smart, cautious, and knows exactly how to avoid the classic phishing emails that trap so many people. On a rainy evening, all David wanted to do was quickly scan the QR code on a public parking meter, pay $5, and get home to his family. Just another routine action, a harmless habit. But what David didn't know was that the blade of a digital predator was already waiting right at his fingertips. A notification popped up on his phone, redirecting to parking-london.co. The website looked perfect. The city council logo was there. The privacy policy was there. Even the familiar credit card payment form looked completely legitimate. David quickly swiped through the page. $5 for 2 hours of parking. He entered his card number, his CVV code, then tapped confirm. His phone vibrated gently. Payment successful. David slipped his phone back into his pocket and smiled. Technology was amazing. It had just saved him 10 minutes of standing in line at a cash payment machine. 2 hours later, in the middle of a warm family dinner, David's phone suddenly rang. A message from his bank. Your account has just been charged $45 at a convenience store located 50 miles away. David frowned. He thought to himself, probably a system error, or maybe my wife bought something. He asked her. She shook her head. A spark of suspicion began to form. But the human brain is incredibly good at finding reasons to reassure itself. David brushed it off until 3 minutes later, the second alert arrived. Ding. A $500 charge from an online gambling website in Malta. Ding. A $1,500 cryptocurrency purchase in Eastern Europe. The banking security system David had always trusted was now completely helpless. Why? Because David himself had unknowingly handed over the access it needed. The moment he tapped confirm in that parking lot, he had given the criminals everything they needed, including authorization to move forward. His phone suddenly felt hot in his hands. The numbers inside his family's savings account, the money he and his wife had been setting aside for their daughter's education, were disappearing before his eyes, second by second. David frantically called the bank, but it was already too late. The criminals had changed the account credentials. They had replaced the phone number used for OTP verification. In just 7 short minutes, the entire $32,000 his family had spent 5 years saving was gone, completely gone. No trace, no recovery. That night, the rain continued to fall over London. But David's world had already collapsed, and the weapon that destroyed it all was nothing more than a small, harmless-looking square sticker attached to a parking post. How could someone as tech-savvy as David fall into a trap this easily? The answer lies in a term that has cybersecurity experts around the world on high alert. Phishing, short for QR code phishing. Here's the reality. The London City Council wasn't fake. The parking meter was real. The plastic instruction sign was real. The only thing that wasn't real was the QR code sticker that criminals had secretly placed over the original one during the night. More than 2,500 years ago, the military strategist, Sun Tzu, described a tactic that could be roughly translated as borrowing a corpse to return a soul. The idea is simple. Take something that already exists, something people trust, then give it a completely different purpose to achieve your objective. In a world of 21st century cybercrime, scammers have perfected this strategy. They don't waste time building fake parking lots. They don't need to create fake brands to attract victims. The body they borrow is the credibility that already exists, the authority of government agencies, major banks, luxury restaurants, public parking systems protected by law. They let you see that trusted shell, and the moment your defenses drop, they strike. The second you raise your phone and scan that code, the malicious soul hidden inside it The fraudulent link takes over the process and begins draining your money before any security system even realizes what's happening. Put simply, the enemy doesn't attack your fortress. They stand right outside the gate wearing a police uniform, carrying a fake badge. And you're the one who opens the door and invites them inside. Why can someone as intelligent as David, or even you, fall for something like this so easily? The answer isn't a lack of knowledge. It's the way the human brain is wired. Criminal psychology experts have discovered that phishing scammers are exploiting a powerful biological weak spot, the habit loop. Every day, you scan QR codes to order food, to add friends, to make payments. You do it over and over again, thousands of times, until your brain moves the entire process in an autopilot mode. When you're faced with a QR code, your brain doesn't stop to analyze it. It reacts. You see a square filled with black dots, and your brain instantly sends a signal. Safe. This is just a convenience tool. Scammers understand this perfectly. All they have to do is sit back and wait for you to walk straight into the trap. To hide what they're really doing, they combine this attack with another incredibly deceptive strategy: crossing the sea under a clear sky. The idea is to use things that are so familiar, so ordinary, and so expected that nobody questions them, even when the deception is happening right in front of their eyes. When you scan a malicious QR code, the website that appears doesn't look criminal at all. In fact, it looks exactly like a trusted payment gateway. They copy the interfaces of services like Stripe, PayPal, or even official government websites down to the smallest detail. But the real danger lies in a technique known as phishing keylogging. The moment you type the very first character of your username, or the first digit of your card number, that information is already being transmitted in real time to the hacker's computer. You think you're entering data into a secure system. In reality, you're typing directly into the thief's screen. They hide a violent storm beneath a perfectly calm sky. And that is the essence of crossing the sea under a clear sky. By the time you realize something feels wrong, the transfer has already been executed by automated algorithms in a matter of milliseconds. You're not fighting a lone thief. You're fighting an entire system of computers specifically designed to steal your money while making everything appear completely legitimate. Warning signs. Hackers may be sophisticated, but they're not gods. The nature of rush scams is that they always leave clues behind. If you never want to become another David, here are 3 undeniable warning signs that can help you spot a malicious QR code in as little as 2 seconds. Warning sign number 1. Touch it. Legitimate QR codes at parking lots, restaurants, movie theaters, and other public locations are usually printed directly onto plastic signs, metal plates, or official materials. Run your finger over the code. If you feel a sticker placed on top of the surface, if you notice peeling corners, or if lifting the edge reveals another QR code underneath, congratulations. You may have just avoided a classic borrow trust scam. Warning sign number 2. Check the URL before you visit. Scammers are forced to register domain names that look similar to legitimate ones. For example, instead of a government website like parking.london.gov.uk, they might use parking-london.co, pake-london-parking.net, or shorten links through services like bit.ly or tinyurl. If the web address doesn't match the official domain exactly, or if anything about it feels unusual, close the page immediately. Warning sign number 3. Use common sense. Think logically. If you're scanning a QR code to view a restaurant menu, why would it ask you to log into your bank account? If you're scanning a code to connect to public Wi-Fi, why would it require you to download an .apk or .exe file? Any QR code that suddenly requests deep access to sensitive information, account credentials, payment details, or asks you to install unfamiliar software when the original purpose was simply to view information is almost certainly malicious. No exceptions. How to protect yourself. If you want to turn your smartphone into a fortress against the growing phishing epidemic, start applying these 3 practical defense rules today. No theory, no complicated tech jargon, just real-world protection that works. Rule number 1. Enable URL preview before opening links. Never use a QR scanner that automatically opens links the moment a code is scanned. Go into your iPhone or Android camera settings and make sure your device shows you the destination website before opening it. You should always have to make a second conscious tap before visiting any page. If your default scanner doesn't offer this feature, consider using trusted security-focused QR scanning tools from reputable cybersecurity companies. These tools can automatically inspect links and warn you about malicious destinations before you ever visit them. Rule number 2, use manual search whenever possible. If you're at a parking lot, restaurant, hotel, or other public location, don't automatically trust a QR code stuck to a wall, table, or pole. Instead, spend 10 seconds searching for the official website or downloading the official app directly from the App Store or Google Play. 10 seconds of typing is a tiny price to pay for protecting everything you've worked years to earn. Rule number 3, use digital wallets as a protective shield. When making payments in public places, prioritize digital wallets such as Apple Pay, Google Pay, or Samsung Pay instead of manually entering your credit card number and CVV code into websites. These systems use a security process known as tokenization. Instead of sharing your real card information, they provide a unique temporary token for each transaction. Even if criminals manage to compromise the payment page, they still won't gain access to your actual card details. But here's the most disturbing truth you need to face in 2026. Phishing is no longer the game of a few small-time hackers working out of dark rooms. With the explosive rise of generative AI, criminal organizations can now automate nearly the entire scam process. They use AI to scan maps, identify crowded parking lots, generate fake websites that mimic legitimate services with astonishing accuracy, and produce thousands of malicious QR codes in the blink of an eye. QR codes were created to save people time. But the cruel irony is this. The desire to save just 3 seconds of your day may be exactly what allows criminals to steal the savings of an entire lifetime. The next time you raise your phone and get ready to tap that scan button, pause for just a moment. Look closer. Touch it carefully, because there's a very real chance that you could be opening the front door of your home to a thief with your own hands. If you don't want your loved ones, your parents, your siblings, your spouse, or your friends to one day sit helplessly staring at an empty bank account like David did. Share this video with them right now. It could save them from becoming the next victim. And if you've ever come across a suspicious QR code in real life, leave a comment below. Tell us what happened. Your experience might help someone else avoid a devastating mistake. Don't let convenience turn you into the next target. Stay alert. Stay skeptical. Because in today's world, a single careless scan can cost far more than you ever imagined. Be vigilant, or risk losing everything.